We're back. This hour, watch out for videos from Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force, Fates Warning, and Aerosmith.
We're going to be talking to this guy here.
Me, yeah, me. But now, for the first time anywhere, we've got a world premiere video. Ace Frehley. Frehley's Comet is back. This is insane. Very chipper, you know. You just came back from a tour, and I expect you to look kind of ragged.
Yeah.
Well, inside we're ragged, outside we're looking chipper.
Really just squeaky clean.
Yeah, well.
Now, you just came back from Europe and doing this tour. The record has sort of a negative title in a way. So far, so good. So what? How's the band doing? Are you happy with how big the band is now, or how big the band isn't now, or?
Well, I think the way that the album got titled was that, you know, we wanted people to know that we weren't going to let success go to our heads. A lot of bands, they think that they've got one record out, you know, that they're cool. They get a second record out that they've made it. You know, the third record that they're, you know, a household name. And, you know, we're not going to let that come between us and our following by letting, you know, megalomania or you know, having huge egos or something like that stop us from playing. You know, we still screw up on stage. I mean, we're human. We're supposed to make mistakes, you know.
The title of the album reminded me of that, what was it, Reform Schoolgirls? It was so young, so bad, so what?
Yeah, well...
That's where we stole it from.
Is there a connection, do you think, between, or maybe an evolutionary process between punk and speed metal?
Is there an evolution?
Are they connected in any way?
There's a connection.
What is it?
A lot of bands, you know, in the rock market have used it. Used the punk. Iron Maiden had a lot of punk influence when they first started. You know, there's definitely some in Megadeth's music. Unfortunately, the fans tend to carry it over too. When we went to Ireland, the way they show that they like you is they spit at you. Because it's a throwback to the punk movement, and yeah, well...
You must show them that you like them back, I guess.
Yeah, we pee on them.
Yeah. That's a warm feeling.
Pee on Pee on
No pun intended.
Anarchy in the UK. There's a video we've had around here but for a little while, and you got it on the record. Why did you decide to do that?
Everybody likes the Sex Pistols.
That, plus we knew Steve Jones, and we figured that since we wrote that song 10 years ago, that, you know... No, I'm just kidding.
He better let us do it the right way this time.
Now, we'd known Steve for a little while through somebody named J.D. Hoffman at MCA Records, who handles Steve, and we just thought that it'd be a good song to do. We were going to do Problems. You know, the problem is you, but we decided to go, you know, a different route, something that's a little bit more political, since we're kind of a political type band. And
are you anarchists?
Well, we'll leave it up to you to figure out.
Come
but
to the
anyways,
show.
This is an obvious indication, you know, where punk and metal cross over, because we've brought in punk into heavy metal right now with this song. There's another band which we won't name that's done a Sex Pistols song, but I'm sure everybody out there watching knows who it is. Hi, Scott.
It's Julio Iglesias, we all know that.
Yeah, really.
Anarchy in the UK, this is Megadeth's version. Cell days are here at Megadeth. I'm living in LA now. I'm driving by this movie theater out there, and The Decline of Western Civilization is there.
It's scary, isn't it?
It is.
It was scary for us when we pulled up for the screening out there, and we look at it. His hair on the marquee, I should say.
Big 10-foot picture of my mug.
Kind of scary. Did you send a picture to your mom or anything?
No, I dragged my mom down there.
You made her see the movie?
No, I just dragged her.
Now, when the critics talk about this movie, one of the critics has called you guys white knights. Why?
Because we're white.
But there's a lot of white people in this film, I've noticed.
I don't know. I think that because of our viewpoints, that a lot of people think that, you know, we can change things. I mean, we're not here to change anything. We're here to do what we want. You know, I mean, if you get all wrapped up in being some kind of a savior, then you lose the meaning. You know, you're so wrapped up in being, you know, a metal evangelist, you know. I mean, then you start to think, hey, well, how can I make money to keep things going, you know, so I can pay for my big mansion, so I can have all my Marshall stacks and have all my, you know, the people that work for me and stuff like that, collecting, passing the plates around at concerts and stuff like that. We don't really care about what people think about us. It's if they like our music or not.
It just comes back to the whole thing of you can talk about how big your instruments are. You can talk about You know, how much Jack Daniels you can drink in a night, you know, how many drugs you do, how many groupies you've had, or you can do what Megadeth does and just let the music do the talking, and that's what we did in the movie. I mean, we didn't set out to create any kind of, you know, illusion about ourselves, or we just did what we did, and everyone else obviously did what they did in the movie, and, you know, because the segments were all shot totally separate from each other, and the way the movie came across is just, you know, the way each band perceives the music business, and that's the way we perceive it, and that's the way we're gonna, you know, try to keep Megadeth heading that way, music first, and everything else isn't even involved.
We're kind of like the odd man out in the movie because everyone else is in this little cliche, you know, circle of idiots, you know, and here we are, you know, totally saying the opposite that everyone else is saying. And I talked to one friend of mine who said he talked to somebody in one of the bands there that goes, yeah, well, we were on this big roll talking about how cool it is to be in a heavy metal band, and then Mustaine goes, yeah, well, just the opposite kind of stuff, you know, and I mean, that's what it's about. People don't want to know what you do in your pastime. They want to know what you're about on stage.
All right. This is the Headbangers Ball. That means music. That means we have, let's see, Fate's Warning, Silent Cries, and more with Dave and Jeff coming up.
See?
Tour dates, Iron Maiden, Megadeth.
It's just scribbled on a piece of paper as far as
yeah, you can see us at the Metro Center in Bloomington, Minnesota, or the Five Seasons Center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And anything else, just keep looking.
Keep reading.
So these are all dates with you and Iron Maiden together?
Right, just us two.
Brand new.
Metal.
And you're seeing it here first. Isn't that amazing? What is hard for me to imagine is a late night. We talked before about being happy with your relationships at home, your girlfriends, whatever. And I just can't imagine you guys going home with your honey and, you know, you throw on some sort of metal record to get close. Is there music that you guys listen to that would surprise the people who are watching tonight?
Yeah.
Way. Definitely.
Like
yeah,
what?
Quite a bit. A lot of guitar player bands that really don't have any vocals to it and stuff like that. Just music that you can get into, more instrumental kind of stuff.
There's some neoclassical fusion.
Give me some names.
Vinnie Moore, Tony McAlpine, stuff like that. And, you know, there's also, obviously, we listen to everything on MTV.
When you want to, like, cuddle up and get close. Yeah. But you listen to it with the volume down.
Yeah, we both watch TV.
The volume up, we just look at the girls. We're like, with our girlfriends, looking at the screen. Taylor Dane or somebody comes on, we're like, I love you, and little do they know who we're really talking to.
Yeah, you got to be on the bottom, though, so you can look over their shoulder.
Give me some names, David, people you might listen to at home, besides MTV, of course.
Oh, well, I mean, I really like Led Zeppelin a lot. There's a couple other... I really don't want to say because I don't want to blow anybody's minds.
But I think it's a good thing because...
Dave likes Crowded House. Admit it, Dave.
Who? No, there's a lot of bands that we listen to, like, you know... I can't even think of anything right now that I would want to say.
You mean like R.E.M.?
No. 999. I listen to a lot of classical music, Vivaldi, Paganini, Mozart, stuff like that. It's good to get close to.
See, I think it's good to talk about that because people who are into metal, the audience oftentimes is real narrow in what it is that they want to listen to. And I think if they knew that the musicians were listening to other things beside that...
Where do they think we steal our ideas from?
Yeah, we like Poison and Motley Crue.
Yeah, that's us.
Bon Jovi. And
I sense a note of sarcasm.
A lot of Rat.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you some information on this coming up shortly. This is the first edition of the Headbangers Ball T-shirt. I have more information on that coming up.
Where's ours?
Mark, we've hosted Headbangers Ball twice. It's about time we get ours. Here they are. We'll cherish them. We'll wrap our girlfriends in them.
No, we'll use this for Love Snot.
Limited edition, folks. And information on how you can get yours is coming up real soon. I got some Aerosmith video coming up. Dave, thanks a lot for being here.
You're quite welcome. Anytime.
Jeff.
Ladies, we're coming home.
There you go. Don't go anywhere. Here's Aerosmith.